All right. Hi, everybody. Gidget Carrizales here with Rebekah Crawford. I am the founder of the Live More method for women who want to slim down, ditch bloat, and double their energy. And if you've been in my world for a while, you've been following me, you've seen the success that I've had, you've seen the success that my husband has had, you've seen the success that his family has had, along with many other clients that I've actually worked with and that have gone through my program. And Miss Rebekah here has had an awesome transformation, and she has been so kind to agree to coming on here and doing this video transfer or doing this video testimonial. And I'm so thankful for that. And I actually was Rebekah's client first for a good while before she became my client. So Rebekah, welcome, and thank you so much for being here with us. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, I'm Rebekah Crawford, and I am a mother of 4 children. My younger 2 having special needs, so there's always special challenges there. And I also have got 2 granddaughters. My career choices and what I am currently doing right now is I'm a licensed massage and bodywork therapist and also a licensed esthetician.
May I add, an amazing massage therapist.
Thank you.
So the going joke with, not a joke, it's real, is this woman knows how to make me feel good. So, and I'm a person with fibromyalgia. I'm a person with chronic fatigue. I have widespread muscular aches and pains and knots in places that I didn't even know I even had a place for a knot. And I've gone to many massage therapists, and this woman listened to how I feel, my ailments, and she took what I said and she found every single thing, every problem area that I had. And every single time I come out of a massage room with this woman, I feel amazing. And she's the only woman that I will tell to take my husband in behind closed doors and make sure he comes out feeling well. That's a joke we have, but she's amazing. And anytime my husband comes out, he's just like, oh my God, I feel amazing. I feel amazing. He feels amazing. And that's amazing. So she is amazing. Go ahead, Rebekah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That is perfectly fine.
So go ahead. Tell us a little bit. You're a licensed massage therapist.
Yes, and an esthetician. So, of course, I do facials and waxing and that type of thing that falls under skincare. And I'm a single mom. And when you take your what's going on in your personal life, and then, of course, having a career, it can keep you very busy. And sometimes it is very hard to make time for yourself, which is vital to being able to take care of yourself. It's vital to have self-care.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I want to start off with asking you, Rebekah, what were your biggest struggles before working with me and coming into my program? Give us a little bit of background of what you struggled with.
I have been struggling very long term with thyroid issues due to hypothyroidism. And of course, anybody that's aware of any of that, it affects nearly everything in your body. And it definitely affects how your energy level and how you metabolize food, how your body will work for you. And I have tried many things, but was not able to find anything to work before I started to take Gidget's program.
So for how many years was this such an issue for you?
I would say at least 15 years.
Wow. So Rebekah, share with us, what are some of the things that you've actually tried before, and why do you feel that they didn't work for you?
I wasn't necessarily trying fad diets or anything like that, but I was doing some of the things like doing low fat, or another one was like low carb, high protein, and some of the different things like that. And of course, you know, some programs has you doing calorie or point counting and such stuff as that. And I tried a variety of things to that nature, and none of it ever done any good, or I would lose it and put it back on. It wasn't anything that lasted long term.
And why do you think that is? Was it sustainable in your lifestyle? Or what do you feel didn't work about it, and why do you feel that you put the weight back on?
Well, some of it is I think it might be that you're doing things where, in a way, to where you almost feel deprived. And if you feel deprived or you feel hungry, you're not going to be able to stay with it long term. And some of the things you're going to fall off the bandwagon, so to speak. It can't be, I don't feel like that diets work. I feel like it's something that's got to be a lifestyle change, something that you can do and keep up with and stay on top of.
Right. And you even had an allergy test, right? A year or so before reaching out to me.
Yes.
So you had a food allergy test, and tell us about that experience. So the doctor did a food allergy test. He gave you this list of foods that you are allergic to. And was that enough to help you?
Well, in my case, it was not, because I done what I guess that a lot of people is guilty of, is I had information, but I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. And there was very little of it that I had actually put actions to. It's not enough to know either what you need to do. You have to be applying those changes to your life, or it's not going to do any good.
Right. And was the doctor helpful at all in what you needed to do, what kind of information what did they give you that was helpful, if at all?
Well, basically the only thing that would have been helpful is just having that list of foods that there was an allergy to. They really did not tell me, I didn't really get any instruction as to what, as to like guidelines to what to do to help with that type of thing. Or I also did not get what the lasting effects were if I did not make changes from it as well. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I was told out of the whole list was to totally avoid seafood. And there were many, many things on there that I had allergies to as well. And I did not realize the full impact until I got involved in your program. And it was a big eye-opener for me talking to you on the phone when you explained to me what actually takes place when you're consuming foods that you're allergic to, and how it shuts down your body, with you being able to, your body being able to process, and that you're in a constant state of histamine release, which is more like putting poison into your body. And your body's going to constantly be fighting that instead of doing what our bodies are designed to do.
It's a game changer, right?
Yes, it is, definitely.
So Rebekah, let me ask you, let's go back. What made you reach out to me for help, if you don't mind sharing?
I don't mind sharing at all. Is what made me reach out is I had got to a point in my life where I was tired of not having energy. I was tired of feeling bad and having some of the aches and pains that also goes along with carrying additional weight. Not to mention the fact how I also did not like what I saw in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I needed to do something. I was like, I need to do something, or I'm going to end up with health problems that I'm not going to be able to get reversed because of the carrying around all the additional weight.
Right. So once you signed up in my program, share with us what went through your mind. What were the concerns or fears that you had? Like, before going into my program, or once you signed up? Was there anything that you feared?
I think probably the biggest thing was just knowing that there was going to be a lot to learn and wondering how long or how hard it was going to be for me to process all this stuff and put it into motion. But I will say this, the way you have the program broke down and the way you do the, have the weekly videos, if you will, and just the way you have it all planned out, and especially sitting down and writing things down, that is so important when it comes to goals. And it's not just with weight loss goals, it's with goals in life. When we write things down, we make achievements in our goals. We achieve way more with stuff we write down than what we do just in speaking.
Yeah, it allows us to get more intentional.
Exactly.
We speak it into the universe, we write it down, and we get intentional. Awesome.
Absolutely.
So do you mind sharing, like, what was your experience during my program?
My experience during the program is I felt like that not only the weekly sessions and how much they helped and the information that I gathered from the program being very informative, stuff that I was not aware of, that I had never heard of before, and stuff that I could tell when I heard it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm guilty of doing that and didn't realize that I was actually sabotaging myself.
Yep.
And so I seen some real eye openers of things where I needed to make changes. But a big thing too is knowing that I had a support system in you, knowing that if I had any questions or anything where I was stumbling along the way, all I had to do was reach out to you and you could help get me on course. A big thing too is learning about reading the labels too, because in my case with my allergies, I'm allergic to a lot of the stuff that is in processed foods. Processed foods is crap. We don't need to be eating them. And I feel like once you get into eating the whole foods and stuff that our bodies can process, you actually crave the healthy foods. Just like if you drink water like you're supposed to, your body's going to let you know you need that water. You're going to crave that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yay, that is awesome. So let me ask you, because you've just shared with us some of the things that you learned throughout the program that made the biggest differences in your transformation, but what mindset shift did you have to make?
I would say the biggest mind shift that I had to make in this is that it's hard as a woman and a mother, and a grandmother and a businesswoman. It's hard with all of the different facets and the different hats that we have to wear in our life. It's hard for us to take time for ourselves. But it's also hard to give from an empty vessel, whether or not we realize it or not. And the biggest thing I think that helped me more than anything else was me learning that I had to show up every day for myself. If we are not taking care of ourselves, we're not going to be able to effectively take care of other people. We're going to run out of that steam and out of the energy and out of what we need. So I would say it was my biggest change or mind shift on that, was knowing that not only is it okay to do that, but it's very necessary.
Absolutely. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that, because it's so true. It really is. And we have to as women, we have to get in the mindset that we have to stop and take care of us first. And if we don't, no one else is. No one else is going to give us that extra time. We have to find that, we have to create that time. We have to take the time to make ourselves feel better or help ourselves feel better in order to give our best selves to the people that we love the most around us. And we don't realize that until we are what we feel like is so far gone that there's no turning back. But it is reversible and it can be fixed.
Oh, yes. And another thing too, as mothers, it's very important too for us to live by example and teach our daughters this as well, so that they don't repeat some of the same mistakes that we've made.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you for sharing that. So, Rebekah, let me ask you, have you been to your doctor since completing this 90-day program? And if so, would you mind sharing with us the results or the feedback that your doctor has given you, like, if you don't mind?
I don't mind at all. Yes, I have been to the doctor and I have had blood work done. And my blood work is actually showing a change in numbers. And believe it or not, there's like an antibody that we have that can, when we've got these thyroid issues going on, where it can cause our body to fight against our thyroid, those numbers have actually improved. And the doctor told me that it was as a direct result of where I have overhauled my complete diet, which I prefer to call it a lifestyle change. But it's from where I'm eating whole foods and eating stuff that our bodies recognize whole foods, and it knows what to do with it. And that's what we need. And there has just been a huge difference with everything since I've been doing that. And it's really not hard to do when you see the results and you feel the results, and then you're seeing them in the numbers, that right there is huge motivation to stay on track.
Yes, yes. And when we're in the sick of things, is what I like to call it. When we're in the sick of things, we don't notice these things. And we don't feel that there's any way out, and we don't understand, or we have forgotten what it feels like to feel good, right? We forget
Exactly.
what it's like to feel good. And then when we start making those changes and we stop putting the crap in our bodies that our bodies are intolerant to, the shift that it makes and how we feel and the energy that we have. I mean, don't get me wrong, most nights at 8:30, 9 o'clock, my ass is out. You know what I mean? Like, but the difference is I can get out of bed at 5 or 5:30 in the morning and I'm ready to go now. Where used to, it was I had to peel myself out of bed and I felt like crap. And before 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was dragging so bad. And by the time I got home, I could barely make it through the door. Like, I would be driving and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to go to sleep. I mean, that was the way I was. I don't know if that's the way you were. But when you stop putting that crap in and you start noticing this shift, you start thinking, there's no way in hell I'm putting that shit in my body again.
That's exactly right. It's not worth it. It's not worth to go back to eating stuff that is like putting poison in your body. It makes you feel bad. It's going to make you gain weight. It's going to make you blow up. It's going to affect your energy levels. It's going to affect you emotionally. It's going to affect you in every single facet. Where when you're putting in your body what it needs, it's going to make your body, mind, and soul happy.
Yes, it does. It really does.
Yes. And another thing that I want to throw out there too, I promise everybody out there, you will not starve if you're eating whole foods. You will not starve. I'm not going hungry, and I'm actually down 32 pounds now. And I feel great, and I am not going hungry.
Amazing.
And another thing too, you're able to eat guilt-free because you know you're putting things in your body that's good for it.
Yes. And so many people don't understand that. So many people think to get the results that they need to get, they think they have to starve themselves, or they have to stay away from fat, or they have to stay away from carbs, or they have to count calories, or they have to count points. When you put real food in your body and you're putting the food in your body that your body knows what to do with, it's fuel. It knows what to do with those carbs. It knows what to do with those calories. It knows what to do with that fat, as long as it's the good fat, right?
Exactly.
And it's amazing. I mean, what we have been conditioned over the years, what we have been conditioned to learn and know from these food manufacturing companies, from the FDA, we've been literally brainwashed to think the total opposite. And if we can just get back to the basics and unlearn what has been instilled in us over these years, and really start listening to our bodies and paying attention to the food, it makes massive shifts in your health. Massive.
And I also learned from speaking to you too about substitutes for things when you do have food allergies. Like, for instance, me being allergic to rice, I know now I can have cauliflower rice, and that can be done up in different ways to where it's really good, and I don't feel like I'm being deprived of that. As well as, you know, I can't have pastas either, but that does not stop me from having the spiraled zucchini or the spiraled butternut, which is actually one of my favorites. I love it.
Yes.
You're just learning healthy options too. You will not go hungry.
Nope.
You're just learning a new lifestyle, and sometimes change can be scary, and it might be a lot to process. But if you're willing to give yourself that time and work for it and be willing to learn these things, you're not going to regret it, because it's going to serve you and serve you well. If you take care of your body's going to take care of you.
Yes. Yes. It's amazing, right?
It is.
It's amazing.
Our
so
bodies
Rebekah,
are complex, but amazing.
Yes. Yes. Just like I've been posting, you know, God didn't put us here. Whoever you believe in, God, universe, spirit, whatever. We were not put here to suffer. We were put here to live an energetic, happy life. And the things that our bodies need are growing on this earth. It's not made in a chemical manufacturing company, you know? So wonderful. So let me ask you, Rebekah, do you feel that this is truly a sustainable lifestyle shift that you can maintain?
Yes, I do. I believe it with everything within me that it is something that I can keep up. Absolutely. And like I said before, it's not hard to stick with it when you see results. When you see results and you feel results and you can tell how much better you feel. I mean, you know, none of us knows how much time we have left on earth, but I want to be around a really long time for my grown children and my grandchildren. And I'm not, you know, you can't do that if you're putting crap food in your body, because it's going to cause you all kinds of health problems.
Absolutely.
But if you're eating them healthy, whole foods that we, like what you said, like what grows that we get from the earth, if we're doing those things and putting into our body what our bodies knows how to metabolize and use up and take care of, then we're truly getting nourished, which is what our body needs.
Absolutely. And therefore, the people that we love the most are going to get the best of us while we are here and alive.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Any of us can be wiped out by a car accident or something at any given time.
Right.
But why not take control of the quality of our life while we are here, and give our children and our grandchildren the best version of us, right?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
You know, it pains me because I hear so many people say, something's going to kill me one day, so I'm just going to be happy and I'm going to eat and do whatever I want to do while I'm here on this earth, and I'm not going to worry about eating, you know, all this healthy stuff. I'm going to eat what I want to so I can be happy. At one time, I was that person too. I literally said those things because I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. I had Mountain Dew every single day, all day. I ate crap, and I would say, oh, well, so if it ain't one thing, it's another. Something's going to kill us anyway. Until one day I came to the realization after being so sick that it's my responsibility. It is my responsibility to my children, to my loved ones, to be in the best quality of health that I possibly can be for myself and for them while I am here on earth, not sick and miserable and drained of energy. Do you feel the same?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like right now, I am 53 years old. And by the way, 50s can be great. I'm a living testament of that. Woo! But
Beautiful and glowing.
I am literally 5 pounds away from the weight I was when I was in my mid 20s. Now, this is after giving birth to all them babies and, you know, being grandma and just doing everything that, you know what it's like. We have a lot of responsibilities and obligations as women.
Yes.
And but it amazes me, and my energy level is great as well. I'm not saying I'm not tired in the evenings, because sometimes I am, but the difference is, like what you said, when you can get up and you're ready to go and your body is holding up for you really good during the day and stuff, you're going to probably be tired in the evening, because if you've been working and doing what you need to do, your body, you're going to get tired. But it's not the same thing as dragging out of bed feeling like you can't put one foot in front of the other.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's definitely life changing. But like I said, when you can feel the difference and you can see the difference, and then you're seeing them in numbers and stuff, I mean, it's not hard to keep it up whenever you're seeing a real difference and feeling it.
Absolutely. So, Rebekah, if there is anything, or if there is one thing that you could share with other people watching this video right now who might even be on the fence of wondering if they should invest in themselves and work with me or work with someone, what would that be? What is the one thing that you would share with them?
I would share that, first of all, you're worth it as a woman and as an individual to put time into yourself. And if you don't, you're trying to give from an empty vessel. And some of us have done that long term, but you cannot do it indefinitely. And another thing being, this is another big one. It's not enough to know what you're supposed to do. You have to be willing to put it into action, because if you don't put it into action, you're not going to see results. The actions have got to take place before the results do. And not only are you going to see a physical change with what's going on, but you're going to be able to tell a difference in yourself emotionally. You're going to feel stronger emotionally. You're also going to feel better about yourself, where you'll see your self-esteem also get better as well. It makes you feel good about yourself when you're able to stay on track. And sometimes you might fall off the bandwagon, but there's nothing to stop you from getting back on there. You cannot be a quitter. You have to keep on going.
Exactly. None of us are perfect.
No.
None of us are perfect. I mean, if you can just get to 80-20.
Yes.
80-20 is what gave me my biggest results ever. And now I'm more 90-10. Because none of us are perfect, and we should always treat ourselves. We should always treat ourselves and never deprive ourselves,
exactly.
unless it's something that we know we're allergic to.
Exactly.
Right? So.
And there's generally going to be even substitutions for that, from what I have found.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, and especially, and I think it's a good place anyway, but especially if you have food allergy, Trader Joe's can be one of your best places to go.
Yes.
They have got so many options there for people that have got certain dietary restrictions, if you will. I call them restrictions, but really it's not. It's just we have to eat differently if we've got these food allergies going on.
Yeah.
But they just have amazing options there. And really, if you think about it, if you look at what they offer and the prices and stuff, which that's a whole nother thing altogether too. Some people might say they can't afford to eat organic, or they can't afford to get this, that, or the other. If you look at what you're putting money into, or where you're throwing money at, where you're not seeing any benefits from it, do you not think your health is worth it? Because yes, it might cost a little more to get those healthier options, but you're going to pay it out somewhere. And I would rather invest it in healthy whole foods than paying a doctor to try to take care of me because my body's done broke down on me because I've been eating crap food.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And have you noticed that when you cut out the processed foods and you cut out all that other stuff that we are in habits of purchasing, it frees up so much more money, and you're able to take that money and buy the organic grass-fed foods. And it's like, that's where you get your money from, is you stop buying all crap and you start being intentional about nurturing your body. Like, I don't know for you, but for me, when I started this journey, it wasn't even about the weight anymore. It was about, I need to heal. I need to feel good. I need to have energy. And so I got intentional about healing my body. The weight loss and the transformation of how I look was just a bonus. It was the side effect.
Exactly.
Do you feel the same?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody wants to look good, but the thing of it is, if you feel like crap nearly every day because you're carrying around extra weight and because you're putting foods into your body that's like putting poison in there, that right there is going to pull you down. It's like you're getting sucker punched every day because you're continuing to put something in your body that's going against it. Yeah, absolutely. You know, yeah, it's not allowing your body to do what God designed it to do. It really, it's like we're messing it up when we choose to do those things.
Yes.
It is a choice. I mean, and it's basically a matter too of learning. And I mean, I'm still in the learning process myself.
Me too.
I mean, yes, I completed the program, but I'm still learning new things every day. But that's the way we should be. We should be lifelong learners.
Yes, me too. I'm still learning, girl. And let me ask you, even though you've completed my program, do you still feel like you can reach out to me and ask me questions?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know if I have any question going on that I can reach right out to you, and you're gonna get back with me and let me know something on it. Because a lot of times when we're walking into what we feel like could be uncharted territory, so to speak, things that we do not know about, I'm not too proud to ask a question. I'm knowledgeable in some areas of things, and in other things I'm not. And I know that you're the expert on stuff with dietary things and stuff, with you being a coach, and you know this stuff. You probably know it better than anybody. So why would I not reach out to you and ask a question? You know?
And if I don't know, I tell you I don't know, and let's research it. Or absolutely. Rebekah, thank you so much. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you want to add?
I cannot think of anything else other than to say that I am so happy that I did your program, and that you were very instrumental in me making a turn in my life that was very much needed. And I was ready for it, and I was seeking it. And so I reached out to you, but I have no regrets about it. And I feel like that it has been worth more than its weight in gold, because it's been so life-changing for me. And I mean, when you can tell that much of a difference in numbers, in blood work, and in how you feel, and in your energy level, and on the scales, and when you look in the mirror, I mean, there's literally no area that has suffered because of it. I have had nothing but positive things to happen from taking your program.
Amazing. Amazing, Rebekah. Thank you. And I'm so glad that you reached out to me and you gave me the opportunity to be on this journey with you. And at the end of the day, you're the one that decided to show up for yourself every single day. You're the one that decided to make the changes that needed to be made. And you're the one that decided to be so consistent. I just laid the road work out. I paved the road, and you followed. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I'm so happy for you.
Well,
It
thank
touches my
you.
heart.
Thank you. I'm happy too. I honestly have not had any disappointments with the program, and it's been great. And you know, it's not been something hard to follow, because the way you have everything laid out, you know, as long as somebody's willing to stick with it, they can do it.
So tell me your experience with the online delivery of the methodology. So did you like having the online weekly methodology where you can just log into your members area and the audio and everything was right there, all the action steps? Was that something that you...
Yes, I liked it. I felt like that it was a good thing. It was convenient, and to me, of course, you can go back and look at things, but I like the way you designed the whole thing and the way you had it mapped out too, because you basically put us in a position in doing the weekly sessions or whatever on there, of where you have to think about what you're doing. It's very purposeful, and taking time to sit down and write that stuff down. To me, it was more than going through the motions with something, which, by the way, does not work just going through the motions. You have to really do it. And
You have
some
to
of
be
that,
intentional.
yes, it's got to be intentional. And some of those things, you know, you really have to look at and be like, well, you know, am I guilty of doing this? And I mean, you know, like one thing, for instance, I've never been an emotional eater, but I've always been one where if I get upset, I tend to go the other way. That's not healthy either.
Right.
And another thing that I have been guilty of before is like eating while I'm stressed. And we know that's not good for you either.
It's what most of us do, and we don't even realize it.
Exactly. So I really learned a lot of good tips on things where I was sabotaging myself unknowingly, from where, you know, if you're not educated in certain things, you could really be bringing some of those problems on yourself unintentionally.
Yeah. Yeah. And us as women, we sabotage ourselves unknowingly every day, all day long. So awesome. Rebekah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy life, because you are a crazy busy woman. And I appreciate you coming on here and doing this. And I'm so proud of you. So happy for you.
Well, thank you. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of the program and be able to gain the knowledge that I gained, which is what got me targeted on what I was supposed to be targeted on.
Wonderful. I'm so glad. So there you go, everybody. There's Rebekah's testimonial. And if you want to get the same results or similar results and have the same experience and transformation that Rebekah has gotten, I'm starting up a new group program coming September the 6th. So if you want to be a part of that, please reach out to me. You can direct message me, text me, send me an email, whatever you want to do, and we can get you scheduled for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for my program. All right. So thank you, Rebekah.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful Sunday evening. I'll talk to you soon. I'll be scheduling an appointment with you soon.
All right, great. Look forward
All right,
to seeing
girl.
you.
All right, hon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.